Across the Tasman Sea, our Kiwi neighbours are quite proud of a few significant sporting achievements. They're proud of their seemingly invincible All Blacks, they're proud of their achievements in yachting, and they're proud of their prowess in the sport of jet boating. It's a sport which originated in New Zealand and is now spreading worldwide. Charles Stewart has just been to the land of the long white cloud, and whilst he was there, he sampled the best that jet boating has to offer in a 900 horsepower World Championship boat.
These are jet boats, boats with neither rudder nor propeller. Boats which were developed in New Zealand just 30 years ago by a racing driver and engineer, Bill Hamilton, who long held an obsession to develop a boat which could go upstream. The result of that obsession was a boat which can not only go upstream, it can negotiate rapids and do a lot more besides. Most of New Zealand's rivers are like this one, wide and very, very shallow, and that's why jet boats were developed in the first place. In races, they can travel at speeds of up to 160 kilometres an hour in just 5 to 8 centimetres of water. In this sport, Colin McCall and Ken Macdonald are the men to beat. In their last 5 marathon races, they've not only won everything, they've also set new records in each event. Ken was also the World Marathon Jet Boat Champion in 1986, and with this new $80,000 boat, he's on course to repeat the effort.
This year we're trying to get this boat to handle better and go faster, and with this year, which we've had a very successful year, we hope then to have the boat absolutely 100%, and we'll run it wherever the World Championship is next year and try and do it a second time.
When Ken fires up the engine of his boat, you just know it's hot, and hot it is. The power plant is a twin turbocharged 7.5 litre motor, putting out up to 900 horsepower. It's capable of speeds up to 160 kilometres an hour, but it's not just horsepower that wins races.
Horsepower is important, but it's not the most important thing. The most important thing is going up the river, the quickest, most direct route, which is, you know, will be the shortest route, and then combining that with a lot of horsepower, it adds up to, obviously, that's how we win.
The way a jet boat operates is to suck water through an intake in the bottom and then force it out through the back at high pressure through a jet nozzle. This nozzle can be moved from side to side, and this gives the driver instant steering response. When the boat is moving at high speed, the rooster tail shoots 30 to 40 metres behind, and the depth of the water is no handicap to performance.
Generally, if you've got 3 inches of water, you should get through. It depends again on speed and little bits and pieces, and as I say, 3 inches is a heavy medium.
Some of the stuff I've seen, though, you don't bother about water at all.
Yeah, no, that's right. We can get through a lot less than that. But, we can get through none at all for short distances. But yeah, definitely, they go shallow.
Alongside Ken Macdonald sits Colin McCall, who operates several important functions. He controls the trim of the boat and adjusts things like fuel flow as well as navigating.
The navigator has got an important job. He's got to plan the route further ahead of where the driver is. Ken is the driver. He's looking 300 yards in front of him or thereabouts, depending on the sort of what the river is like. But my eyes are further ahead, plotting where to go. The further I can see ahead, the faster we can keep up our speed.
In races, these two constantly run at around 140 to 150 kilometres an hour down the often unknown reaches of South Island's shallow and braided rivers. There are hazards, and Ken and Colin are very aware of the dangers, which sometimes see boats flip over.
We're going that fast that potentially, if there was an accident, if we got out of the river, it wouldn't be a very nice accident.
I've had 2 accidents.
Not with me.
No, this was going back about 4 years ago, and I was in a tunnel boat at the time, crewing for another chap, and we had a couple of hair raising trips. I broke 2 bones in one of my arm, had to be plated, and the other one was just got cracked ribs. But you know, we were doing sort of 80 mile an hour when that sort of thing happened, and it's not very nice. You don't know much when it happens. You just sort of surface in the water. It's not a very nice thing. I wouldn't like to have another one.
Now, I saw one event where you were running for the final place, and you didn't exactly finish it all that gracefully. What happened then?
Yeah, I suppose you could call that a minor accident. I call that a minor accident. That was a typical case of having to find the quickest route, and the quickest route involved cutting the corner as and such. The stream was very, very narrow, and we tried to go from the apex to the apex, and we got caught up. And next minute we were spinning around sideways, very much like what can happen to you in a motor car or anything.
With that in the back of my mind, it was with some trepidation that I buckled in for a spin up the Waimakariri River with these two speed demons. However, the sensation was one of exhilaration and fun, not fear. Ken Macdonald's skill engendered confidence, and I was able to sit back and enjoy the ride and share the feelings of this world champion racer.
I've always liked speed, and to me the faster anything goes, the more fun it is, and this is fast.